2, 3, 4. Should have taken the beetle there. Minus on the hole and just like get after it, you know what I mean? They probably exile the mech. No, okay. Hello, good game. Welcome back, ghouls and goblins. Thank you all so much for taking the time to support the channel. I hope you're having a magical day. Kamigawa Neon Dynasty has hit with a bang. We've released a ton of new top-ranked Mythic decks for you guys in our recent uploads. Do not miss out on them. And we actually have another for you today. This is Esper Artifacts. We have the core Mech Titan, which is super exciting. But in today's video, we'll break down the deck. Let's talk about the strategies, the synergies, showcase all of this within the gameplay footage, wrap up with our final thoughts, deck review. And yeah, again, we're killing it in the top 1%. I think rank number 428 with this build. And as a control deck, it is very unique, as the control elements are typically not what we would see, which is really cool. So I think that artifacts are going to make a big splash in Neon Dynasty, and this is you know, mostly just getting our toes wet in the pool, checking out the temperature. So let's take a look at the deck. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, share the channel to your friend, even become a Patreon. Alrighty, Esper Artifacts, standard best of 1. It's a 60 card deck. We have an average mana value of 2.8. There's 7 creatures to our 29 non-creatures with the average, you know, consistency land standard of 24, right? Most decks have 24 land. So not only is that nice because our mana curve is so low, so we should be consistently ramping into 4, which is basically our highest cost card that we'll be casting, with the exception of Farewell and Jin Cataxis, which, you know, those are late game things. We don't really need those. With that being said, we do also have ramp within the build. Moonsnare prototype for 1, you can tap it to tap another target artifact or creature you control to add 1 generic mana. This is fantastic, and it gets even better because we can channel or discard it for 4 mana to return a non-land permanent to its owner's hand, to the top or bottom of their library, which is fairly decent, right? So whether you're interrupting your opponent's play or kind of protecting something of yours from removal, it's going to help get the job done. Plus, it actually will wrap you into the more expensive spells, which is really cool. And then the other, you know, core concept of the deck here is the Mech Titan core concept. For 2 mana, it's a 2/4 artifact vehicle, and then we can pay 5 to exile it and 4 other artifact creatures and or vehicles that we control to create the Mech Titan, which is a 10/10 all colors, flying, vigilance, trample, lifelink, and haste. When it leaves the battlefield, return all of the cards exiled with it to the battlefield except the core, tapped under their owner's control. So this is super exciting, as a lot of our artifacts that we'll be exiling have enter the battlefield effects. So we're gonna, you know, get that effect when it organically enters play. Then we exile with the core. We get a massive 10/10, which they're forced to deal with. They have to. And if they don't, we win. If they do, we get our artifacts back with those ETBs, which re-trigger. So that's kind of the core concept of the deck and where we'll get a lot of our value. One of the most valuable ETBs we have is the Surge Hacker Mech for 4, a 5/5 artifact vehicle with Menace Crew for 4. When it enters the battlefield, it deals damage equal to twice the number of vehicles you control to target creature or planeswalker an opponent controls. So this is fantastic. We do have a lot of removal in the build. You do need to prioritize the mech for planeswalkers, though. We have Farewell at sorcery speed for 6. This deals with everything but planeswalkers. Choosing 1 or more, exiling all artifacts, creatures, enchantments, and graveyards, which is really cool. So choosing all of them but artifacts, right? Creatures, enchantments, graveyards, those are the 3 that we pick. And then the Surge Hacker Mech will destroy potentially their planeswalkers if they have them, right? We also have Virus Beetle with an ETB when it enters the battlefield. Each opponent discards a card, and you know, that's just good value, right? Can't complain with that at all. Moving on, Tezzeret. This is a really nice card within the build. Betrayer of Flesh for 4 mana, 4 loyalty. The first activated ability of an artifact you activate each turn costs 2 less to activate. This is phenomenal. Each turn, so you can do it once on your turn, you can do it once on your opponent's turn. For example, the Bank Buster, Wolf, there is also the Core for 5, right? So reducing the cost of that, I think, is very nice. You can +1 to draw 2 cards, discard 2 cards, unless you discard an artifact. So that's a really nice way to kind of throw yourself through the deck, make sure you're finding the correct things. -2, target artifact becomes an artifact creature. If it's a vehicle, it has base power and toughness of 4/4. And then -6, you get an emblem with whenever an artifact you control becomes tapped, draw a card. This is very, very good. If you can get to that emblem, just sacrifice your Tezzeret and take the emblem, and things will be pretty good because, for example, the prototype taps itself and another artifact to add mana. That's 2 taps, so we'll get 2 draws and we add a mana. You can see how that's going to start to pile up for you in your favor, and then you just play all these artifacts, make the core titan, and smash in, right? There is more to the deck, though. Of course, the Soul Ripper is just in here for fun. I needed to add more black to the deck, and I felt bad, but didn't really want to run single target removal when we had so much already, but you could, right? But the artifact vehicles are so great for the core titan, and it actually did come in very handy. Let me tell you what, I was underestimating this card drastically. For 2 mana, a 4/3 artifact vehicle crew for 2. When the Soul Ripper attacks, you may sacrifice any other target artifact or creature. If you do, put a +1/+1 counter on the Ripper, and it gains a menace until the end of turn. And that menace is really, really helpful if your opponent has blockers. We also have menace through the Surge Hacker mech, which again is quite nice, and it's going to ensure that their token chump blockers are being less effective than they typically would. We also have the Reality Chip for 2 as another artifact creature. This is an equipment, which is quite cool. It's a 0/4, reconfigure for 3. As long as it's in play, you can look at the top card of your library, and as long as it's attached to a creature, you may play lands and cast spells from the top of your library. A Wolf, very, very nice. The ability to maintain card advantage through top deck casting is phenomenal. Really, really good strategy here to maintain value. The Bank Buster is a 2-drop 4/4 crew for 3, enters the battlefield with 3 charge counters on it. We can pay 2, tap it to remove a counter from it, draw a card, and then if there are no counters on it, create a treasure token and a 1/1 colorless pilot that can crew for power 2+, so crew for 3, and that would crew the Bank Buster, which is really cool. So a nice draw engine, a nice way to keep making creatures on your opponent's end step so you can ensure that you can crew up an attack on your turn, which is great. And then we have Jin Gataxis, single copy here for 7. It's a 5/5. Whenever you cast an artifact, instant, or sorcery spell, copy that spell. You may choose new targets. Right? That's pretty cool. Multiple Surge Hackers or whatever it happens to be. It's all good news here. And then whenever an opponent casts a spell, artifact, instant, or sorcery, same thing. We get to counter that spell, triggering only once each turn. It's pretty cool, but it's easy to double cast, right? You can get around it, but it's just a lot of fun. So that's why we only have 1 copy here. Portable Hole. When it enters the battlefield, exile target non-land permanent and opponent controls with mana value 2 or less until it leaves the battlefield. This is really cool with the prototype because it's like prototype in play, then Hole in play, and then we tap Hole and the prototype, and then we get that 2 mana again on turn 2. We can cast the Bank Buster if we're being totally honest here, or maybe even the Virus Beetle, but the Bank Buster, get those counters going, get that draw going, which is really cool. And then turn 3 Tezzeret is fantastic, right? So it's a really aggressive control deck. You can bash down your opponents really fast if they don't have removal. If they do have removal, then it's just like a really cool mid-range build while maintaining control aspects. It's an awkward build. And then I mentioned Voltron. Voltron is like an aura deck where you would equip a whole bunch of cards to a single creature, and that single creature would be super powerful. In this case, we're doing the opposite of that. We're having a whole bunch of creatures, and then we're combining them into one. So maybe it's the same. It seems to me that it's opposite as, one creature, a bunch of other things, and now you've got a bunch of creatures in one thing. I'm calling it Reverse Voltron anyways. Maybe I'm wrong on this. Let me know in the comments below. And most importantly, some other lands here. Agonjo, Seed of the Empire, 4 damage to attacking or blocking. And then we have Adwari, Soaring City, to bounce an artifact, creature, or enchantment, or planeswalker to its owner's hand, which is really, really nice as well within the deck. And then Abandoning Mire, grabbing a creature or planeswalker from our graveyard, and we mill a bunch before that as well, which is, it brings back Tezzeret, which is decent. Soaring City can protect, whatever you've got going on. Or open up attacking lanes, and the Gonjo, protecting Tezzeret as well. Or attack lanes, again, if you're being the more aggressive deck. In the matchup, it will really depend. With this being said, what a fun deck. I hope you guys enjoy. We're into the gameplay footage now. Before we get there, make sure to like the video, comment, subscribe, share the channel to your friends. Hey, have you heard about Hello Good Game on YouTube? He's got sick content. Have you seen Esper Artifacts? Definitely go check it out. Thanks for watching, guys. Enjoy the gameplay footage, and then we'll wrap up after with our card of the day and final thoughts. Alrighty. Prototype much? This is a weird hand. I don't think this is a competitive hand, but I am interested as to how it'll play out. I've never had this much Moon Snare before, man. An abundance of Moon Snare. We will need to be exiling some stuff. Beetle it up. Get an eye twitch, actually. That might not be the worst. No land, though, for blood on the snow. Blood on the snow. Another announcement. Oh my gosh, we need a farewell. Let's try to draw it. There you are.
Keep working.
We need the second white source. Pretty lame to toss Jin away, but I'd rather not die and lose the match. Too bad we can't also exile their hand. That would be fantastic. I mean, if we're gonna be doing creatures anyways, let's save Tezzy the heartache of that one extra damage. They're drawing though, which is lame. We can't deal with planeswalkers, that sucks too.
You a gift in exchange for love.
Please, sir, leave me alone. Enchantments, creatures, graveyards. It's good, but it's not enough. Do we -2 on Tezzeret to kill Loth? One, two, three, four, five. I think it's just the smart thing to do.
This is what real progress looks
right?
like.
Or is it the
sure
dumb
you'll
thing
miss
to do? Oh. I don't know, like, because it sets them up for blood, but then they could do that anyways. Okay. Not great. Take a draw.
I can practically taste success
Line.
already.
Toss the 2 lands. Beetle out. They discard a land. We keep the Soaring City. Or the channel. Card.
Liliana Vess?
So they take the
Sorry,
pluskies
haven't
here.
heard that name before. I have impeccable study habits.
I mean, do we leave it? Sorry, I wanted to go back to the stack. Because we can hit Professor for 5 here. If we minus on Tez. Or do we just bounce it? And that gives us another turn. The draw.
Progress is power.
Discard the Ripper. Bankbuster's pretty cool. The hole on the hook. We keep the land potentially to discard. We can hit for 1. Maybe we need counter magic is the thing. Because I'm really worried about Blood on the Snow. Just bringing back Loath in general is like, ah, now I need to find another Farewell, right?
I need results. Keep working.
Throw the lands. Play the Merchant. Good kill on the Planeswalker. We'll find more. Reality chip in play. Titan on the top. Hit for 1. Somehow we're navigating. Nice to get rid of the Merchant because it's the draw engine, right? Oof. It would have also been nice to hold. They take a Titan and a hook. Yikes, man. Not okay. This is not okay. I guess. Okay, whatever. Let's do the
No
hole,
one's coming to save you.
and then crew the hole. Hit it for a bunch.
Oh, go fight someone else.
Trip to the Beetle. Play the Buster, or we wait. I think we wait, right? And then we could have a 1/1 good attack. Or we just get this value now. Like, we're just chilling.
Oh, so many
I believe we can do this at any time.
memories.
Maybe I'm wrong on that. Remove a counter from it. Draw a card. If there's no counters on it, create a treasure. One more pilot. Yeah, we should. Oh. Because,
There has to be an answer
no.
here.
Should this not be reduced this turn to 1, and then we should be able to do it? Right? Activated ability. We take the 1 damage here? Probably, right? Just try not to drop this match. We're so far into it, right? Do we just Mech Titan? Mech Titan kill Tybalt? And then definitely the Surge. Guess we have to do them all. The stacked ones don't count. Kind of a bummer. They're gonna get the meat hook back. X is 0. Mech Titan active. We have indestructible. They'd have to exile it. Let's kill Professor. As the Magecraft.
Guess you don't need my help.
Guess we should have swung in with more, probably. Let's take a draw.
Innovation has no limit.
So good. Well, this actually is not so good because all of our vehicles are underneath. It would still keep it alive, though. I have to do it. Oh, cancel. Right, just go for it. Another Surge Hacker to keep Tybalt down. The sequencing there is a little bit off. We could have killed Tybalt if we did things ideally, but let's just make our way through it. I can't believe we're performing so well. Right? They get a land. Twitch. Twitch isn't bad.
I'm not nice.
He could hook for 12. Oh no, they can't. No, they can. They can. They definitely can. They could hook for 13. Total, which would be ridiculous for 11 damage here. It's just crazy. You know what I mean? Have you ever seen a meat hook that big? But now we can take things, which is pretty cool. Kill Tybalt with the re-entry. They have to re-discard with the Beetle. We take the Bank Buster. And then they play the Twitch. That's the end of their turn. Woof. Take that draw, baby. Down to 26.
Practically taste success already.
Line. Throw the lands. Bust her out. And then we can start removing these tokens for the draw. Another core is active. Fairly fun. No attacks, we'll just chill. And then we can smash down with another mech next turn, not having to deal with the 2 planeswalkers. Hopefully. I mean, I'm sure there's still blood on the snow and stuff, right? Forgot about that. We got a little bit ahead of ourselves. I guess we should just smash in, right? I think we can still do it. Right, because it reduces it by 2.
I have no reservations about cutting down my opposition.
We want the Surge Hackers. Whoops, cancel. Was that only the crew? No. Oh, I'm tapping things. I see. I see. For mana. And then it's tapping these, I suppose, as well. 1, 2, 3, 4. Should have taken the beetle there. Minus on the whole, and just like get after it, you know what I mean?
Toys will keep you busy.
They probably exile the mech. No, okay. That's a big chunk of life. They will exile it here though. $23 cards, they're down to 26, so it's not like we're too far. I got another meat hook for 10. We get the Bank Buster, because it's our card, which is cool. Okay. Let's just remove these tokens. Beetle out, let's go. That's actually pretty good.
Innovation has no limit.
Toss the hole, I guess, at this point. Just blood on the snow that we're looking out for, right? There's blow.
I will show you. We will slay our enemies.
No problem. We deal with blood on the snow by killing the grave with farewell. Fantastic.
I will cull.
Loth is still around though. Until we smash her. Until we smash her. What a match here. This is a long match. We're 20 minutes already. He might kill
I made
this.
this one
Hard to say.
especially for you.
Ooh, I do.
Feel the energy of battle, then guide it like
Dang.
water. You are not much of a roadblock.
Less than ideal. And a Kaya? Okay.
Death is inevitable. And so, when I say go, you go.
Brutal. And a Sorin? Wow. Crazy.
I am vengeance, bloody and righteous. You deal with this annoyance.
That's insane.
Remember your training. My children will take care of you.
Not ideal.
Do what I demand.
Kill Loth.
I return to the abyss.
Oh, we should have, okay, I fucked that up. End turn. Thinking, bro. This is a brand new deck. This is literally my first match in Mythic with it. And you're dropping massive planeswalkers on me. Give me a second. Give me a second. I'm sure I'm missing tons of value. Right? We could have killed another planeswalker there.
You wish to know my secrets? Very well.
We just need to unload. Yeah, dang. Okay.
I'm hungry. Won't you stay? My will cannot be denied.
Guards, to me.
Good. My bad. We should do this last. They're top decking.
Many consider my tactics cruel, but I get results. Meet your killer.
Kaya, she's an exile available.
That's it. I quit.
End our turn. We have 11, they have 17. We should eventually be able to get going and do it in just like a turn, right?
You can deal with my servant. I'm busy.
We're gonna kill Tezzeret.
Not when I was so close.
You can hold the token.
Strike fast and strike hard.
Okay.
No cost is too great to quell my people's savagery. Nothing on Innistrad.
They want to gain
is
13
free.
life with Thorin, I guess.
Come, I'll tell you a secret.
Getting some damage in here. Trying to think, you know what I mean? Like, this is a complicated match. Play lines, bro! We're gonna kill Sorin here. It generates life.
Know that I will not abandon my quest.
I want to bounce a Surge back to my hand. Right? Oh, yeah, we do. Let's fill the field with attackers more, though. Nine left in deck. They're at 14. Another Tibble. You dog. This actually mills us.
When Kaldheim burns,
Good.
remember the flame. Surely you can handle a little pain.
We don't get this. We should. We really should. They only have 10 life. The Surge Hackers will deal damage equal to twice the number of vehicles we have on entry. So if we can bounce it, we can kill that Tybalt easily. So do we take lethal or do we kill Tybalt? I think we take lethal. Avi, right? What a match. Holy Toledos. Like, that's insane. That's a lot of Planeswalkers. And that's the one thing that we don't really deal with well, is the Planeswalkers. They're gonna kill the... Okay.
Aren't I
Good play.
generous?
Oh, and they have another. We do it again. Whoa. I should have saved that for when I do my last
My power
Bank
is for
Buster.
annihilation.
Oh, but now they can mine us on Loath. I see, I see. It makes more sense now. Looking for something. Oh, wow.
Words are for
Down to
ambitious
9.
minds.
They make the samurai. We give them the hello, good game. I think we got
I'll
it.
be back.
Oh, that sucks too, though. That's really good.
You're done.
Hate to draw, but we need to. Bringing in our Titan. I think that should give us the game. We have 6 cards left. What a match. Holy Toledos. So when they exile this, our things re-enter, right?
Won't miss it.
Wiping their field. They probably have blood on the snow though, right? I would assume.
I will get what I want. I am merely delayed, not defeated.
You know what? I've had enough.
1 life left. 1 blocker through the Eye of the Hive Tyrant. We have the Buster. Non-land permanent. Bounce the Ghast. It can kill the token we want to make to crew. We get it? Oh no, we had to do Menace. Screw our way up. I almost forgot that they had to land. They probably have removal here. We're down to 4 cards.
I'm home.
Gaining life too.
I am almost sad to see you go.
Good for them. Go on the distance. They might beat us. Woof. Okay. It's freaking Planeswalkers, man. Like, so many of them. They have 3 cards in their hand. 8 in library. We're down to 4, which is pretty brutal.
I guess that's it then.
Take the
We
samurai,
must
that's
protect
okay.
the people.
We hold the samurai. Yeah! Holy Toledos! That was a 40-minute match. 428. Oh, I wanted to go to view battlefield. Wow. Esper never disappoints with those long, super in-depth matches. Woo! Shaking. That was incredible. Let's break down the deck. Holy Toledos. Now that was a match. We have been testing this deck a little bit in the play queue. It's one of the more, you know, thought out builds that we've done in the last couple days because it's an Esper deck. It really is going to require everything going fairly well to convert. So making sure that we round the you know, the corners, so to say. And I do think it's phenomenal, right? If you can get that Tezzeret emblem, GG's, right? There's so much draw in the build. There's literally so much power in the build, and the Mecha Titan core is, you know, something that has to be dealt with, and when they do deal with it, you get a bunch of more ETBs. So that's kind of the thing I'm maybe looking for, is what other artifact, creature / vehicles can we get that have cool enter the battlefield effects to capitalize on. And I know Esika's Chariot would be one within green. I do like to keep it Esper, but again, at the end of the day, I'm really, of course, open up to any suggestion. So with that being said, I love the deck. Thanks for watching. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and now let's get into card of the day. All right, we have ourselves a Massacre Worm. Boom. This is a 6-drop, 6/5 creature worm. When it enters the battlefield, creatures your opponent control, only your opponent, which is amazing. Opponents, plural as well, get -2/-2 until the end of turn. And whenever a creature an opponent controls dies, that player loses 2 life. Oh my gosh. It's like, you know, basically a little meat hook with a worm attached to it. That's fantastic, isn't it? Oh my gosh. So Massacre Worm, one of my favorite creatures from back in the day. M21. And being double sleeve protected from Titan's Shield, link in the link tree for 15% off, and lots of other goodies there as well. Have a magical day, you guys. We'll see you soon in the next.